Hey, what is up guys? It's your boy Speed here, and today we're going to be talking about the top 5 carries of the current meta. There's been a bunch of patches after TI, and essentially the meta has been shifted around. I'm sure if you guys were paying attention to TI, you would note that Tiny was definitely the best carry of the tournament. Tiny, I would say, still can be picked as a carry, but all in all is pretty out of the meta, and so I thought it's a good time to make an updated list on what heroes did get nerfed, didn't get nerfed, what heroes I think are underrated, overrated, and so on. So this is the top 5 list of the best carries, and let's get into it. And guys, I've been streaming almost every other day over on Twitch, so if you guys want to check me out playing some pubs, if you want some free coaching, or even play in-houses with me, we even have a lot of fun, click the link down below. It's great fun, so I hope to see you guys there. By the way, guys, if you want to become absolutely broken, well, what you need to do is sign up to the gameleap website down below right now. The reason why you should do that is because every single day we post a new video there. Content that you simply just will never get on YouTube, we post every single day to the website. It's really top tier stuff. I'm very proud of what I make over there. We also have other creators, many of my great friends who are top tier Dota players, creating guides about different heroes, different roles, different items, skill builds, talent builds, everything you need to know to get to the next rank. So if you feel a little bit lost, you're a little bit stuck, click the link down below. I'll see you guys there. And now let's get into the video. Alright, so basically starting at number 5, I want to go into a hero that I think will dominate the pub scene, but won't necessarily dominate the pro scene, and that is Ricky. Ricky is known to dominate pubs, and I don't think this has changed. He also recently received buffs to smokescreen, and so honestly, I played against a Ricky carry in one of my recent pubs, and I honestly felt that if people weren't efficient, like if people didn't have good farming mechanics and it wasn't a 7 or 8k MMR game where, you know, the average player is flash farming at an insane pace, Ricky would have easily stomped the game. I mean, the amount of impact he was having with honestly not that many items was very impressive to me. And so yeah, that is kind of how I see Ricky right now. It's a very sustainable laner with extremely high armor, base regen, and solid base movement speed, and then it doesn't flash farm. And you might be like, oh, that's a bad thing, right? Well, to be fair, depends where you're currently at. If you're at the point in your Dota career where you're very comfortable in your ability to flash farm, maybe you've gotten private coaching from Speed, or, you know, perhaps you have a gameleap sub, not sure which one, you know, it's one of those two. But regardless, then maybe you're comfortable with it. But in general, the average player is not farming nearly as much as they think they should. And I know, I can already hear all of you thinking to yourself right now, that's not me. That's not me. It might be you. It definitely might be you. But nonetheless, Ricky with Diffusal, I think it's good. I don't think you have to go off the standard path. The personal build that I recommend is Diffusal into Manta if you need to purge silences. I think Diffusal Basher into BKB is good. I think Diffusal Nullifier in very specific games where they have little catch is alright as well. Coming in number 4 is one of my personal favorites, another sleeper hero that I have, and that is Bristleback. This hero was picked a lot by VP at the tournament. I'm sure you guys remember when he would rush Vanguard into Ags almost every single game, and when he got ahead, it looked like the best hero in Dota. If you're curious on how to play Bristleback as a carry, I even have a full video of Nightfall's gameplay on this hero, so go check that out. Now, the only reason why I think Bristleback isn't as good as he could be right now is how popular Silver Edge is. However, I will say that Silver Edge is not as bad as people think for Bristleback. It doesn't make this hero unplayable, and let me talk about why. When is the average timing in the game that someone buys a Silver Edge? It's not 15 minutes into the game. It's not even 20 minutes into the game. Your earliest Silver Edge, generally, okay, yeah, I know Tiny, people are gonna be like, I get a 21-minute Silver Edge on Tiny speed, so your Bristleback pick would be nullified. Like, okay, you know, maybe your Tiny is special. But the average hero, even if it's a Slark, even if it's a Dusa going an off-meta build, a PA going an off-meta build, even if it's a Sven, they're going to get a 30-minute Silver Edge, 30 to 35-minute Silver Edge. Bristleback hits a very strong 18 to 25-minute timing that you can abuse. If you are able to take Roshan and win a team fight with your Axe timing, you can all of a sudden make the Silver Edge timing come at 32, 35. At that point, you might be so farmed that it doesn't even matter. If you have BKB and you can't get broken, then it's not necessarily a problem. And so basically, I'm a fan of this hero. You just have to make sure you watch a guide on how to maximize your mana efficiency, your farming efficiency, and you really need to ask for ancient stacks. It's pretty important because this hero really needs ancient stacks. I mean, if you're on Dire, you don't need it that bad, but in general, stacks is the name of the game for Bristleback. Coming in at number 3 is Drow Ranger. Now this, I would say it's a sleeper, but honestly, at this point, I don't think it's a sleeper, and the reason for that is Arteezy picked it a bunch on stream, so that's going to obviously up the popularity in and of itself. The hero's win rate also has gone up by a staggering 3.68% recently on Dota Buff. That is up from a 48.58% win rate to a 52.26% win rate. You could imagine why that is very, very notable. Any 4%, 5% increase in win rate is absurdly notable. And now, why is this, you might be asking? Well, there was a couple of major buffs. Number one, Frost Arrow damage applies the multi-shot, which is very notable. It's 60 extra damage on 3 arrows, which is huge when you have maxed out Frost Arrow. And her ultimate was buffed, giving her 5% more agility per level, which is also extremely notable. And finally, the last reason why she's getting better is because a lot of the flash farming carries have gotten nerfed. TB's been nerfed, PL's been nerfed. I don't think AM's that great. Honestly, AM is getting a little bit better though, just because of the fact that the other carries are kind of falling off, right? But like a lot of the farming carries are just kind of falling off. Luna is falling off. So all in all, that's my thought process on that. Coming in at number 2 is Ursa. Ursa, surprisingly to me, in your average pub, has a 51.73% win rate right now, which is actually pretty decent, but I've been seeing this hero a lot in my pubs as of late. I think people are picking it with the realization that, once again, they just want to take over the mid game and play tempo. It's also just one of those heroes that gets Roshan early on, and it seems like such a big advantage in these pubs. And so what I recommend you do on Ursa is as follows. I also just made a guide on this hero, so if you're curious on how to play it, just go check out that video. But on the note, what I recommend you do is at level 10, take your Fury Swipes reset talent, buy a Diffusal Blade, buy Phase Boots, and have a sustaining support in lane. If you do this, you can play extremely heavy tempo in the mid to late game, and this hero scales extremely well. I even had someone in my High Mamar pub recently say, oh, Ursa can't outscale Sven. Like, it's just so wrong. Like, this hero wildly outscales most of these heroes. Like, Sven can't man up to Ursa at all. The only way Sven can win the Ursa matchup is if he catches him off guard and bursts him, right? In general, the name of the game to countering Ursa is chain stunning him, right? Before he can get his ulti off. And so, yeah, Sven's okay in that regard. But if Ursa sees you coming or gets the jump and gets Enrage off or BKB off, there's no chance Sven mans up. There's just no chance. It's not even close, especially when Ursa has like the best level 25 talent in the game. If you don't know what it is, it's 3 extra overpower attacks. And in your head, you might be like, oh, that's only half of what it usually is. Yeah, but going from 6 to 9 attacks is the difference. It's the difference. I mean, a 50% increase, you could imagine why that's good without me saying anything. But me saying something, here's what I'm going to say. What I'm going to say is a lot of heroes after 6 attacks would often live on 500, 800, 900 HP. 3 more attacks with a lot of built-up Fury Swipes, well, yeah. And especially considering a level 20, your Fury Swipe talent basically makes the damage per attack go up from 37 to 49, which means that the last 3 attacks, yeah, think about it. The last 3 attacks, think about how much more damage these last 3 attacks are doing compared to the prior 6 is pretty insane. And finally, last but not least, my favorite carry of the current patch, the hero that I think is the best and by far most reliable, is Medusa. The hero did get nerfed, but it was only by 0.2 agility gain and 5% on Mana Snake talent at level 20, and really that's not enough to make the hero not one of the best. And here's why I think this. The hero is one of the best carry laners. It just is. It's not easy to kill. It's a ranged carry, so it kind of just lanes well. Snake is an incredibly good spell if you can land it properly. It's just good. Like, it's just a good laner. It has very little losing matchups. Sometimes you can close the gap and beat her up. For instance, I played a Tide Grim lane and I ran her down. But the thing is, she still had a decent lane. Even though I shut her down, killed her I think twice, her farm was still good. She still pressured me out a lot too. And so yeah, this hero is a great laner, and then the game plan is simple. You just gotta stick to the game plan. Stay on your side of the map, use your mantas down side lanes, especially down mid lane, and yeah, just farm your side of the map until you have like a Manta D-Lance Scotty Butterfly timing, or Manta D-Lance Scotty Daedalus timing. And all of a sudden, it's like, yup, you are 4 levels above their carry, you can't die, you get Roshan, and you win the game. And that is why I like Medusa. I don't think there's any hero that really matches her level of flash farm right now with how good her laning is. I mean, you could argue Luna, but that hero got nerfed quite a bit. Basically, they took away all of Luna's right-click talents, and so her scaling fell off in that regard. But Medusa still has all of her right-click talents. She has evasion at level 10, attack speed at 15, mana snake gain at level 20, and then split shot modifiers at 25. And if you can manage to get the split shot modifiers with Satanic Mjolnir, especially Mjolnir, the game it's just done. It's just done. The Mjolnir timing on Medusa is stupid. It is stupid. But nonetheless, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. Smash the like button if you did, subscribe to the channel, and currently I have 2 open spots for my one-on-one coaching, so if you're interested in that, go hit me up on Discord. Hope to see you guys there, and I'm out. Peace!
And that's all, but remember, before you leave, before you tune out, subscribe to the gameleap website where we are going to help you get to the next rank. If you're stuck, click the link down below, and I'm out. Peace!